Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Dina and today I'm here with you for another yarn haul video. In fact, I'm here with a hobby yarn haul video. It is a small yarn haul, but nonetheless it's a yarn haul from Hobbii and doesn't like a bit of new yarn. There is some new yarns in here for me, and there is also some yarns that I know what is, in the sense of I've had them before, but the question is if the color is what I'm looking for, because not always the colors are 100% a photogenic match of what you see on the internet. We all know that. But in any case, it is a small yarn haul and I think we should go through this together. I got it through the Black Friday deals on Hobbii, and they provided me with a quick shipping as always. So yeah, not much to complain about actually. As always, we can't talk yarn without me having my faithful mug of tea with me. Today this tea is a black tea infused with a flavor of a melon, so it is a fruity black tea. Let's pop into this yarn haul. So as I said, there is a few new yarns for me in here, and there is also one that I know what is. It's not a big haul. I only spent like 18 euros in total on the yarns. I all got them off 50% off, so that's nice, really nice. I have a scissor with me here, and I'm going to nicely cut off this polymer bag to be able to, should I want to reuse the bag to contain the yarn in, or easily just fold it together afterwards. So we've got the bag slided open here, and let's start with the newer yarns, because those obviously are those that I'm most curious about. I got 5 skeins of this Amigo XL, and there should be one more. Yep, it's hiding all the way down here. So 5 skeins of the Amigo XL yarn. This is the yarn in colorway 31, and it's the one named Emerald Green. And honestly, it is indeed green. Somehow I had the idea it was a little bit more a bluish green, but here it seems green. It's cool. It's what I ordered, and hopefully the color goes well. This somehow is a little bit unwound. Not sure what's going on here. Just gonna wipe this a little bit around the ball to keep track of it. As I said, I have 5 of them. To give you one of the yarns to look at here, and then we'll take the specs. The Amigo XL is 100% acrylic yarn. It is 50 gram skeins, which is 1.75 ounces. It's 100 meters per skein, so that is 109 yards. They do recommend a 5mm knitting needles or 5 to 6mm crochet hook. They classify it as a medium 4-weight. Wash at 30 degrees, can be tumble dried at low, dry flat. You can also dry flat. Can be dry cleaned, do not bleach, and do not iron. Generally I wouldn't iron acrylic in any case. It's designed in Denmark, it's produced in Turkey with love. Yeah, colorway 31 Emerald Green is what we have here. All of them are Oeko-Tex branded 100. That is all Hobbii yarns. It is meaning that they're tested against any harmful substances, and I do believe it's actually an EU requirement for them to have them Oeko-Tex branded. Yeah, Amigo XL is what this is. So they also have Amigo, which is half the thickness, and they do have more Amigo lines. So what I do like about the Amigo is that their color scheme matches no matter the thickness of the yarn. I got this because I had the idea it would work up nicely as a vest. Now I'm sitting with it, I'm like, maybe it's a little bit too green compared to what I thought it would be, but you know, it's gonna be all right. I'll be making it regardless. The vest I want to make was originally idea was for myself in any case. At least I bought the yarn to be able to do it for myself. The vest is normally made in a woolen yarn, 100% wool. but I didn't want a woolen vest. I just wanted something that could not necessarily be scratchy. And this yarn, it's soft, it's friendly. So I still think I'm going to see if I can work it out with this yarn regardless. And that vest is probably more going to be like a springtime project. But I got the yarns now because they were on sale. In fact, originally I thought I only had to get the Amigo Giga for the project, which is the size just above. No, not Giga, chunky. But apparently that's not the case. But I thought that was the case, but it's not. I needed some thinner ones. But I still think I did a color scheme that should be able to work together because the vest is inspired by a drops pattern. It has a lighter base, and then the outer edge is darker. And of course I will need a couple of buttons as well. But again, as I said, right now I got the yarn because it's 50% off. I don't know when they will be that next time, both of them. And I wanted to just get the yarn so I have them laying ready. It can be that I begin on the project a bit earlier, but I still need some buttons, which is somehow color matching the yarns, because I think that would look the absolute nicest. The other yarn I got was, as mentioned, the Amigo Chunky in this, which is the colorway Petroleum Green, and that is colorway 32. The Amigo Chunky, I only have this single of. It is a 3.5 ounce skein, so 100 grams to 100 meters, so 109 yards. So basically, these have the same running length, but the thickness is different. So this is double as thick, you would conclude, as the Amigo XL. And these are the colors that I want to combine together, and I think they look really nice when I'm looking at them now next to one another. If I just look at this, I'm like, oh, that's a bit rough. But when I'm looking like this, I'm like, yes, it's actually gonna work out really nice. The Amigo Chunky is also 100% acrylic. They recommend 7mm knitting needles or 7mm crochet hook. They classify it as a bulky, which is not too crazy when it's named Amigo Chunky. Wash at 30 degrees. That's, by the way, counts for the Amigo XL as well. Can be dry, can go into the dryer if you dry it at low or leave that to dry. Can be dry cleaned. Do not bleach, do not iron. Or you can, yeah. Also designed in Denmark, made in Turkey, Okotex branded, all these shizzle. This feels nice, and I really like this petroleum green. I really like this color. So yeah, actually now when I'm looking at like this, I think my idea is going to work out really, really nicely together. But as I said, it is an idea that I will first be able to work on. Well, I can work on it earlier, but the buttons I want to do is more a project for the new year. Because I have this idea, I want to see if I can make my own buttons. And that is this a whole other venture into things. And therefore it's a little bit, the idea is a little bit postponed, because it would be kind of cool when I start working on it. I will be able to finish it as well when I'm actually physically working on it. That's normally how I feel. But I could also simply just make it up and wait on adding the buttons until I have the buttons and just accept that it will be a pending, not 100% finished project. I might be open to do that. It is something I have to think. It kind of depends on how much urge I have to work on that project that I have in mind. Then last week I also had a hobby yarn haul where I purchased some hobby twisters in the Ruab and Cream. Plus I bought a solid twister red. I don't have them in this yarn haul, but I do have them here next to me because they are kind of related to my next purchase. Because what I thought was that the red was maybe too bright to be used for the purpose of what I thought it should be used for. Happens, right? therefore I got another, it's not twister, it is Hobbii's wheel, and it is a solid, it's Friend's wheel, and it is the color Bordeaux, so it is a bit of a darker red. That is the colorway 43, and that is the one we have right here. Actually, it looks almost a bit more like brownish when I look at it like this, like copper brown almost, or golden brown somehow. I do like the color, but the question is if it's gonna work up with what I thought it would. Friend's wheel, it is in the solid color. This is 55% cotton, 45% acrylic, 100 grams, so 3.5 ounces to 400 meters, which is 437 yards. They recommend a 4 to 4.5 millimeter crochet hooks, recommending to wash at, or can be washed at 40 degrees. So that's about 104 Fahrenheit. Iron at low, can be dry cleaned, lay flat to dry, do not tumble dry, do not bleach. Of course, they also Oeko-Tex branded 100, test against any harmful substances, and designed in Denmark and probably produced in Turkey, but yeah, made with love in Turkey. Gorgeous yarn actually, but somehow it is maybe somehow a bit more brown than what I thought it would be. So the real thing is I wanted to maybe get either this or the red wine, but Hobbii's Twister Solid was no longer in sale when I did this order. Only these were. So that's why I got this one. And it's not an issue. So if I decide that it's not the right color for the project that I want to do, then I can always use it for a different project. I'm not so concerned about what will then happen because I'll find something else. So that's a positive side. I do like the Bordeaux coloring of it. I do, and this was basically the yarn haul. Like there is no more yarns left. Oh, there was some candy, but there is no yarns left in the bag. But as I said, I did bring the yarns that I bought last week for us to, for example, discuss in this video. This is the Twister Solid in the real red, and now we can really compare it. This is red and this is Bordeaux red. And now you can see what I say. It feels more like brownish in the shapes. Like it's a little bit more like, I can't 100% define it, but it is as if it has like a golden brownish cask feeling to it. I found this was really bright compared to the Twister Rub and Cream Outer Edge, because I got a few of these cakes, and what I wanted to do with them is to make the Heart Collector shawl, the large version, which does take like 2,500–3,000 meters of yarn. So I would need at least 2 to 3 of these full cakes of them. But you need a center, and this is the Masala Red, which is the outer edge here of the Rub and Cream. It's 8.8 ounces to 1,093 yards. So that's 250 grams to 1,000 meters for those that's curious. And the idea was this to be centered, but this just feels too bright right now. And then I was considering, oh, maybe the Bordeaux red could work out. But then I'm like looking at them like this, and I'm being like, yeah, it could work out, but somehow it doesn't either fully, but it's a little bit better, I think. Maybe these work out nicely too, but like if I hold up these, I would definitely say the Bordeaux is better. But I'm actually still inclined to, before I start on this project, to wait for the twisters to go back on sale and get the one that's named Wine. That's a darker red, and that might actually work up nicely with this Masala. So that is my current thoughts. The alternative option is to unwind the Masala color here and only use them a little bit closer to the center, and that might actually work really nicely with this red. That's something I could do as well, but then I would cut off some length of this cake by basically removing this solid darker red on the outer edge. That is also something that I could consider doing. but I'm not 100% sure where we are heading there. I'm pretty happy with my small little order of Amigo XL, Amigo Chunky, and the Hobbies Friends Wheel Solid. Nothing to complain about there. I hope you enjoyed the small yarn haul video and my thoughts behind what I want to make of these. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to keep following me on my crocheting journey. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Take care and happy crafting. Until I see you again. Bye.